Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining me on this episode of Val Talks Pets. As we are very close to the Easter holidays, there is something I want to discuss that I think is very important, and that is do not buy rabbits, chicks, or ducks as an Easter gift. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Val Talks Pets, the forum for pet parents and enthusiasts alike. Having been in the pet industry for over 10 years now, I'm going to share with you issues and questions that arise as I work with pet parents on a day-to-day basis. I am not a veterinarian, but I do have certifications in canine, feline, small animal, fish and herptile, and avian health and nutrition from the University of California, Davis Extension. So, the impetus for this episode came from a phone call I received where the caller asked me this question: do you have any little baby ducks for sale? My answer, of course, was no. She proceeded to ask, do you know anyone selling little baby ducks? I answered, I did not, and also said, most places where ducks would be available often shut down the purchase of baby ducks at this time of year to prevent people irresponsibly buying baby ducks as Easter presents. I heard a pause and then, oh, okay, thank you. I hung up the phone and said, that's exactly what she was going to do. Ugh. I just don't get this. So, let's go through the reasons rabbits and ducks should not be purchased as gifts at Easter. Let's start with ducks. There is no doubt that baby ducks are cute, but you have to remember they are not baby ducks forever. They grow into adult ducks. A baby duck depends on its mother to learn about the world and how to be safe. If you ever notice a duck with her offspring, they are often past the size of being tiny little fluff balls to swimming and following their mother. Baby ducks will stay with their mothers for 50 to 60 days, 3 months at least, until they learn to fly. During this time, they are dependent on their mother. People who are misinformed about the duckling gift certainly do not want a 3-month-old duck. They want those cute little fuzzballs. So that means the acquisition of a cute little duck has been done by removing the duckling from its mother way before it should be. This means the human that has now acquired the baby duck will have to perform the duties the mother would have done. Mom, for example, would teach the ducklings how to get in and exit water safely. Ducklings cannot survive without their mother, so if the duckling acquired is not able to fledge, the human is going to have to be a 24 hours, 7-day-a-week caregiver. And even then, the duckling may still perish. I cannot see a person who thought a duckling would be a good present would put this effort in. Nor can I see them avoiding the mistakes that can be made. For example, according to wildliferescue.ca, baby ducks and geese can go in water briefly, but because their feathers are not yet waterproof, they can become hypothermic if they remain in the water more than a few minutes. I could imagine a family thinking they would just put the duck in the bathtub or sink or paddling pool, not realizing how this could affect the duckling and be quite horrific as the duckling can't get out of the water as it goes hypothermic. Other issues with baby ducks are being out of their natural habitat, not being fed properly resulting in malnutrition, being handled incorrectly and causing damage. A duckling may also scratch or bite if they are handled incorrectly. Ducklings have also been associated with salmonella. Now, according to Reddit, every Easter, Thousands of ducklings are purchased at Easter just to be abandoned in random ponds or forests. These ducks have no idea how to look for food, avoid predators, or become subject to illness. Many die within hours or a few days. If they last longer, they often die of starvation or illness eventually. What a horrible fate! These animals deserve better, and it is all about education. Those that sell ducklings at Easter are in the same category as puppy millers. They couldn't care less about the welfare of the animal. They just know there is a market and money to be made. It is so important that word be spread that ducklings are live animals that need to be with their mother, contributing to wildlife and are not pets or presents. Now, chicks or baby chickens are also a terrible thing to get for a child at Easter. Chicks, again, grow up to be chickens. If you don't want a full-grown chicken, or may not even be allowed to have a chicken in your backyard by bylaw, this is not a good idea. Chicks are extremely fragile and, like ducks, need to be with their mothers. Some breeders use incubators, and if the right conditions are not met, as PETA explains, the chicks may become sick and deformed. The ramp up to have baby chicks to sell means that chick millers, my words, will put tons of eggs in incubators, and if they are not healthy or perfectly formed, the miller, as PETA says, will not consider them sellable and will kill them. A hen will often keep her chicks for up to 8 weeks. So this chick milling is just awful. The chick milling is quite horrific, and I won't go into the gory details, but getting a baby chick just contributes to this cruel industry. Baby chicks coming into a home as an Easter gift has all the same issues as baby ducks, and disease is also a worry, just like ducks. If the chick does make it to being a grown chicken, these chickens are often again abandoned, left at shelters, or killed. So let's now move on to rabbits. Now, I've done a couple of episodes on rabbits specifically and small animals, so if you are legitimately thinking about a rabbit as a pet, I suggest accessing these episodes. Rabbits make wonderful pets, but do have some very specific requirements. They, however, are not an impulse buy, just to provide short-term entertainment for Easter. Rabbits are the third most surrendered small animal to shelters. And the question begs, why is that? Well, people often don't do their homework, and they think that a bunny will be cute and cuddly. Rabbits are not a low-maintenance pet, and there is a fair bit to learn about being a good rabbit parent. The other issue that I have mentioned before on this topic is parents often think that a rabbit will be a good starter pet for their children, not realizing that a rabbit can live 8 to 12 years. If you get your 10-year-old a baby rabbit, that 10-year-old can be off to university while that rabbit is still around and deserves care. This is where I have had more parents than I would like to count say to me, "Do you know anyone that wants a rabbit? It was my son's, but now he is away at school and I'm stuck looking after it." This makes me so angry. I wish I could just scream, "Why did you get this animal in the first place just to want to discard it like a piece of garbage?" It is your responsibility to this animal that has given its trust and love to your child throughout the years to care and cherish it through its senior years. It is not garbage. Having a rabbit will require a proper hutch. No, you can't just leave it outside in a wooden structure. It will need proper hay, pellets, a variety of fruits and vegetables. And research is important here because certain bedding has to be used, only certain fruits, and only certain vegetables. Rabbits can also get into things and chew things, important things like wires. So safety is important for a rabbit. Rabbits can easily be trained, which is a bonus, but they do require the same care and attention that will be given to a cat or dog. They really are not a starter pet unless the whole family is involved and the commitment to the rabbit is for its entire life. So the bottom line on bunnies, chicks, and ducklings as Easter gifts are a huge, hard no. Stick to the chocolate and the candy, maybe a stuffy, or be creative. I saw an idea where the parents took the kids outside and planted jelly beans. After the kids had gone to bed, the parents went out and placed lollipops where the jelly beans were planted. That looked like a really fun idea. Either way, live animals are a big, fat no. It's been fun having a good rant about this topic, and I really believe it's all about education and awareness. Let's get the word out. The people that are selling chicks and ducks couldn't care less about their welfare. They just want the money. They are as despicable as puppy millers and do not deserve your money. They deserve to be shut down and fined for animal cruelty. And if you really do want to have a rabbit as a pet after researching and deciding that you are up to the commitment, please look to the shelters. There is more than likely a lovely rabbit waiting there who, after being treated as a pet, was unceremoniously placed in a shelter and is just wanting to be loved again. Get the word out, champion these defenseless animals, and have a safe Easter with lots of chocolate. Thank you for listening to Val Talks Pets. Please remember to follow or subscribe to ensure that you never miss an episode. To really help the show and to make it easier for others to find, please rate and review each episode that you find interesting and helpful. And don't forget that you can also email me at val@valtalkspets.com with topics you would like me to address or with any questions you may have. Also, check out my website at valtalkspets.com and let me know what you think and how we can improve upon it. Thanks for caring.